r/AskReddit People who sleep naked. What is your plan in case of a fire or murderer? Same thing, just nude. So just lay down and die? Yep. My ex slept nude. His apartment, in Chicago in the dead of winter, caught fire in the middle of the night. What did he do? He got carried out of there by the firefighters buck naked. They don't call 'em heroes for nothin'. PSX was fine. Still sleeps nude a fake. People who don't sleep naked, are you literally letting fear control your lives? Is the only reason you don't sleep naked that you fear someone might see your naughty bits in an emergency situation? What the hell, why is this even a question? Yep, that's the plan. Get up, cock out. I feel like that's the best way to get someone out of my bedroom. My plan for home invasion is my machete. Being naked just makes it more authentic. My friend and his roommate had to subdue a robber in their place. Good news, he saw his roommate's attractive girlfriend naked. Bad news, his roommate was also nude, and when they pinned the robber, his roommate's junk was in his face until the police came. Bold of you to assume I A, will wake up and B, have a plan. I had one of those when I was living with my dad. Fire caught in our plastic garbage bin outside. Middle of the night, my dad woke up and saw the fire, called the authorities and went to wake me up. He thought I'd wake up, but I remember being half aware, seeing 2 fire trucks outside my window and going back to bed thinking they got it, back to sleep. Apparently, they almost didn't get it, and in the midst of that chaos, my father didn't even realize I wasn't out of the house yet. I slept through it all and didn't even wake up until my alarm went off for me to go to school. Criminals of Reddit, what is your plan when you break into my house and see a naked man running straight towards you? I think this is the real question. Guns vs buns. My husband and I are in our 40s, and we have lived life. My body shows the signs of childbirth, weight loss, surgeries, and extended breastfeeding. Despite this, I sleep nude. My husband leaves for work no later than 4 a.m. He is a Marine, and is stickler about this. One morning our security system goes off at 4:30. I see the time, and know it can't be him. I immediately think of our 10-year-old daughter sleeping down the hall. I unlock the gun safe as quickly as possible, grab a pistol, and a small machete. I run out, both pointed up at the ceiling, not going to aim at anything unless I know I am going to 100% shoot. I full on run into our living room. I feel all the things of my body flapping. I do not care. I am going to protect our daughter and pets. There is lots of screaming. Who's in danger? Who do I stab/shoot? Let me at him. Once everything is in focus, I instantly see that it is my husband that had set off the alarm. He had forgotten his security pass for work. The screaming was from our daughter. She had woken up when he was getting ready for work, and fallen back asleep on the couch. She said the alarm going off was less terrifying than seeing her armed, bed-headed, nude, floppy-skinned mother running out of the room, with Mother Bear type of murder written all over my face. The only thing that could have been worse was if the cops had shown up to respond to the alarm. Despite all of that, I still sleep nude. I keep a pair of shorts and a t-shirt next to my bed, my phone hung on the wall between my window and bed, and my wallet on a table near my door. You are ready? Might I introduce you to the robe? Like an outfit, but more comfortable and easier to don in a pinch. 1. Use a fire extinguisher, naked. 2. Fight the intruder, naked. I don't sleep naked, but I'll strip down to fight an intruder. If I've learned anything from watching cop videos is nakedness grants you superpowers. Also consider, fight the intruder with the fire extinguisher, naked. Helicopter dick either puts out the fire or achieves emergency escape propulsion. I sleep naked. I woke up randomly one night, confused and disoriented. The house was full of a thick smoke from my knees up, and the stench was nearly unbearable. What happened was I had been burning sticks of incense, and I would just stick them upright in an old candle. I probably amassed a good 100 plus sticks up to that night. I went to bed with one lit. Well, the whole mass of tiny sticks went up like a smoke grenade. When I jumped out of bed, I ran to my back door and grabbed the fire extinguisher, then ran around from room to room like 4 to 5 times looking for fire. Then I grabbed my cats, who were just chilling in the living room like this is fine, and tossed their asses outside. My next idea was to grab my PC. So I ran into my office and started disconnecting things. That's when I saw the smoke billowing from the old candle incense graveyard. I then opened all the windows and doors, calming down. Then I realized that my cats were probably running away. I tossed a housecoat on with no belt and ran outside with a flashlight. I probably looked like a fucking nutcase outside with my junk hanging out, waving a flashlight, loudly going PST 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 at 2 a.m., with a Snoop Dogg amount of smoke coming out of every hole in my house. I spent the next several hours waving a large Rubbermaid container lid around in every room to dissipate the smoke before the wife got home from work. The answer is that I have no plan. This happened to me years ago when I was still a student living in digs close to varsity. Early one morning, my now wife was woken by movement in the bedroom. There was an intruder who had climbed in through our sash window and was rifling through her handbag. She let out an almighty scream. And she was an opera student, so she really could scream. I woke up to see intruder's backside exiting through the window, so I jumped out of bed and gave chase. I was damn close to catching him, but he ducked down into the railway line reserve at the end of the street. It was here that my feet really started to get hurt on shards of broken glass, so I had to stop my chase. Then I realized that I was completely naked. The 200m walk down the street was interesting. Everyone had come out to see what the fuss was about and saw this breathless, naked young student sauntering down the road. I decided to just brazen it out and not put my embarrassment on display, so I just strolled along till I got home. I earned legend points that morning. It also helped that I was in really good physical condition. But in the heat of that fight or flight adrenaline-charged moment, the last thing I thought about was my clothes. Thanks for my first gold, kind stranger. This happened to me years ago when I was still a student living in digs close to varsity. Early one morning, my now wife was woken by movement in the bedroom. There was an intruder who had climbed in through our sash window and was rifling through her handbag. She let out an almighty scream. And she was an opera student, so she really could scream. I woke up to see intruder's backside exiting through the window, so I jumped out of bed and gave chase. I was damn close to catching him, but he ducked down into the railway line reserve at the end of the street. It was here that my feet really started to get hurt on shards of broken glass, so I had to stop my chase. Then I realized that I was completely naked. The 200m walk down the street was interesting. Everyone had come out to see what the fuss was about and saw this breathless, naked young student sauntering down the road. I decided to just brazen it out and not put my embarrassment on display, so I just strolled along till I got home. I earned legend points that morning. It also helped that I was in really good physical condition. But in the heat of that fight or flight adrenaline-charged moment, the last thing I thought about was my clothes. Thanks for my first gold, kind stranger. Intensely stare at whatever the threat is and assert dominance. It's just you and me now. Fire, crackle. Ah, a true alpha. Even fire extinguishes itself from your stare. If you're a guy, just run after the offender helicopter dicking. I think about how embarrassing it would be if I was murdered naked. Cops taking pics, dick out and all. Whole family coming in and seeing this, dick out and all. Then again, who cares, I'm dead. That happens to everyone at the mortuary if you have to undergo an autopsy anyway. You'd be surprised how off-putting a small guy swinging his willy around like a tiny, fleshy rotor can be. Scare murderers? Check. Put out fires? Eventually, check. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please subscribe and leave a comment with your favorite post or an idea of what to cover next.